Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunsoul Gaming. So, heavy like a heavy should. That's the name of our video today, and I mean it's pretty self-explanatory. Heavy like a heavy should. Get in there, get stuck in, use your armor, do the right thing. We all come across those heavies in our game that like to think they're tank destroyers. They sit back, way at the back of the map on some mountain somewhere, just firing ineffective shots that half the time don't hit their targets. This is all about driving your tank like it damn well should be driven. And I'm in the E100. By all means, these are not masteries. They're not the greatest matches you will see in an E100, but I'm driving the tank the way it should. And because I do that, I've actually got a 71% win rate in this thing. And I don't know, take notes, share this around. Tell all those other heavies out there that like to camp to watch this video. I don't know. Anyway, we're getting right into it here, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So our first battle here is going to be on Middleburg. And normally I'm a big fan of getting up this hill on Middleburg, as are most people. But being in an E100 or a mouse, the match can almost be over by the time you get up there sometimes. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, because I am in an E100 and I'm not going to go up the hill, I'm just going to let my team know I'm going into town and that I'll come back out afterwards. That does not happen, guys. I do not come back out of town. I don't get the chance to, but you'll see that in a minute. As we go through this match, note every single person on my team, except for their TD, is going up the hill, and that's what they should do on this. But if you're a heavy coming into this position, you've got to watch for those cap points. Now, I know there's two heavies that have gone to B because of how quick that capped, and they could come from either side. Here's an E100, and look, he's not going to push on me because I'm in a good solid position and he has support. He doesn't have to push on me yet. And you'll see his support in just a minute. Right there, coming flying through in front of me. Now, I do get a lucky track shot on him. I wasn't aiming for it, but we took the speed right out of this IS-7 and we are driving past him. Now, I am going to give him all my weak points, but the reason I've done this is so as I'm not in the way of my grill. Big part for heavies is blocking your allies' shots, guys. When you're out there in the battlefield and you're trying to face hug someone, you've got allies behind you that are trying to get a shot that cannot shoot them. Just do what I've done here, because now from this side I can face hug, get into a stronger position for myself, but my grill still has plenty of shots. And that's what you need to be doing, as well as working the angles of your armor. As one thing a lot of people don't know about heavy tanks, don't care, is armor profiles mean a lot more to a heavy tank than damage. Because if you don't know how to use your armor profile, you're slow and the enemy is just going to plug away at your weak spots and absolutely wreck you. Now, I'm trying to save this grill here, but he won't back up so as I can't block for him. He finally backs up, and we are going to sort of just clear the C100. We done our job there. We kept our grill alive. The grill kept us alive. That's all we needed to do. We've secured town. We've won this. And if you look up top, the team has just absolutely cleaned up there as well. And that's why I don't like going town in a heavy on this map. Like the enemy did, it only takes one or two people down here to screw your whole game up. Even without the grill, those two, the IS-7 and that E100, would have had a lot of trouble with me, and by the time they cleared me out, my team would have been coming down off that hill to deal with them. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of going through town, but in a tank like this, if you use the armor profile, you use the proper angles, and you use your brain, just let your allies that are supporting you, let them support you, you'll do well. And that's why I wanted to show you guys this match. Now, the next match is this one here on Yukon, and well, this match I am just going to get super aggressive with my E100, and this is pretty much all I ever do in the E100. I never sit back and snipe. I'm always being super aggressive with this thing, because I've got a lot of hit points, I've got some very strong armor, and I've got a very deadly gun, and point blank range, I mean, I'm not going to miss. It's as simple as that, and that is why I've got a 71% win rate so far in this tank. Now, we are going to pull up to Yukon. We are again on Supremacy, and even if you're not on Supremacy, I mean, a lot of people tend to go to the same places when it comes to encounter, and you can do the exact same thing there. Now, my teammates, they are very smart, and I've got to give them credit for this. They stick with me, and if they did not stick with me, if they sat back, this could have been a whole different ball game, especially for me, because I'm going to do some shady things. Now, I just snap an HE into this guy, but I'm not going to stop there. My whole aim is to get right in the enemy's faces with this E100 and the armor that it's got. And I mean, this works for other heavies as well. If you know your armor profile, pick a spot on the map that is going to just work with your tank. Don't necessarily, like if I was in a T110 E5 or something like that, there is no chance I'll be pushing up through here like this. No, I'll be getting hulled down on the other side of the log pile there and dealing with these two from the other side of that in a hull down position. But because I am in the E100 and I don't need to be hulled down, I am just going to sit here between these two guys and side scrape like a complete boss. Now, you get these angles, like I say, knowing your profile, getting these angles, and being aggressive in the E100 just makes all of the difference. And you can see my team, they've spread out, they've looked for cross shots, different angles, and the enemy team here is just panicking because of how aggressive I'm being. I do look for the HE shot, I don't get it. I was going to ram him, but this is a better target to ram. Now, I'm in the middle of 3 tanks, and usually I will sit there and go, guys, do not do this. And I still agree. I should not have got myself into this position. But I do know the armor profile of my tank. I am watching when these guys are on their reloads and ready to fire, and I'm just getting the angles that I need to bounce as many shells as I possibly can. Don't bounce all of them, of course, but that's okay. We're going to keep being aggressive, and because I've been so aggressive and I've taken a lot of the attention from the enemy team, my teammates are all pretty darn healthy. We've got 3 bases and we're just pushing the enemy team back. Now you can see, once again, I am just working all of the angles that I can on this E100 and getting those bounces just like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. When you're in a heavy, be a heavy. Do heavy things. Use your armor. Find aggressive ways to push on the enemy team that is going to put them under pressure whilst not putting yourself too far out of position, and always make sure you've got team support. If you're a heavy out on one side of the map by yourself and the rest of your team is all the way on the other side of the map, I'm sorry about it, you're gonna die. It's just how it goes. But if you have team support and you use your aggression in a smart way with your tank's armor profile, any heavy can do super well. Now I wanted to show you the E100 doing it because it's not one of my favorite tanks and I'm not actually very good in the tank. I just sort of guess at the armor profile on this thing and sort of know, alright, those are kind of the angles I need to hit. And you see there, almost 4,000 damage blocked, 3,000 damage dealt, and just absolutely punished the enemy team along with my teammates. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. And until next time, guys, stay safe, use cover, cheers. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for me.